Hello, my merciful brothers and sisters. It is I, MisterMercy, bringing you another video with some Heroes of the Storm gameplay. So today, I wanted to talk about the Nexus challenge on Heroes of the Storm, and specifically the rewards you can unlock in Overwatch, and how the Overwatch community has been responding to it. Now, I think it's important to first point out that I am a fan of Heroes, and I was playing it long before the first Nexus challenge back in December of last year. Yeah, I think it's a great game, and in my opinion, it's probably the best MOBA currently on the market. Better than League, better than Smite, better than Dota. Heroes is like the best MOBA in my opinion. But I hope that doesn't make it seem like the things I have to say in this video are biased in any way, because I don't want to approach this from a biased perspective. I want to approach this from as non-biased of a perspective as I can. So, with the launch of Heroes 2.0, which I might add is a big improvement over the vanilla game, Blizzard has launched the second iteration of the Nexus Challenge, called Nexus Challenge 2.0. Now, if you weren't around for the first one, it worked like this. Basically, if you played 15 games of Heroes of the Storm with at least one Battle.net friend in any game mode, except the Brawl, which included versus the AI, you would unlock Zarya and the Oni Genji portrait in Heroes of the Storm, as well as the Oni Genji spray, player icon, and skin in Overwatch. And if you played 30 games with at least one Battle.net friend in any game mode, including versus the AI, of course, except the Brawl, you'd also unlock Ariel, Li-Ming, Kerrigan, Greymane, the Orochi hover cycle mount, and a 30-day stim pack in Heroes of the Storm, as well as all the other previous stuff I just mentioned. Now, the Nexus Challenge 2.0 works a little bit different. Now, instead of having a month-long event with the same rewards, there are now multiple reward bundles that are separated by week. And each week, you're required to play 5 games of Heroes, again with at least one Battle.net friend in any game mode except the Brawl, which includes versus the AI. And in week 1, you can unlock the Orochi hover cycle mount, but this time with 6 color variations, 3 of which are new if you have previously unlocked the mount in the last Nexus challenge, as well as the Oni Genji portrait from the last challenge, and the new Oni Genji spray and war banner in Heroes of the Storm. Now, in Overwatch, you'll unlock all the same rewards from the last Nexus challenge. I'm talking the Oni Genji skin, spray, and player icon, but only if you haven't already unlocked those from the last challenge. From week 2 onwards, the challenge does not allow you to unlock rewards by playing versus the AI, so you have to play in basically all the other game modes, of course, except the Brawl. You also have to have completed the previous week's quest for that week's quest to become available, so you're not going to be able to get week 2's rewards if you haven't already beat week 1. So you have to beat the week 1 challenge to even have access to the week 2 challenge. At least I believe that's how it's supposed to work. So if you want this stuff, you have to play week 1 this week to get access to this other stuff. So for week 2, your hero's reward is a Busan Police hover cycle mount, and in Overwatch, you're going to get this really beautiful matching Officer D.Va skin, which I absolutely love. I think that D.Va hasn't gotten that many great skins, and I'm super excited for this skin to come out, and I'm super excited to unlock it. Week 3, granted you've completed week 2's quest, gets you an Officer D.Va portrait, war banner, and spray, along with a Overwatch logo Nexagon mount in Heroes, as well as a matching Officer D.Va spray and player icon in Overwatch, which are basically the same thing as the portrait and spray in Heroes. And the final week, week 4, of course you have to, like I said, you have to complete week 3 to get access to week 4, gets you 10 loot chests in Heroes and 10 loot boxes in Overwatch. So the problem with this, as well as the problem with the original Nexus challenge, was that players playing on the console kind of felt left out. Sure, you could link your PSN or Xbox Live account to your Battle.net and unlock the rewards that way, but that still meant you had to play Heroes on a PC, and not many console players had access to a PC that was powerful enough to play Heroes. Now, I know Heroes isn't a very intensive game on hardware, but most kids I know that have consoles only have like a cheap little laptop that their parents might have gotten them for their schoolwork. And I know from personal experience that that most laptops that are $300 and under, which are the kind that usually parents just get for their kids because they don't want to spend like hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a laptop that's just gonna be primarily used for schoolwork. So they buy them the cheap little $300 laptops. Most of those like $300 and under laptops, they just can't play Heroes. Heroes does kind of require that you have a somewhat decent machine to run it. And most kids that only have these laptops, those laptops can basically handle Microsoft Word and nothing else. They're not made for gaming. This is a problem. However, console players did get a glimmer of hope today, because Jeff Kaplan from the Overwatch team responded to a post on the forums saying that they do intend to add both Oni Genji and Officer Diva, and I'm assuming all their other matching cosmetics as well as like sprays and player icons and stuff. They plan to add those to the standard Overwatch loot boxes at some point in the future. So console players who just don't have access to a PC powerful enough to play Heroes of the Storm can still have a chance to get those skins. Now, it's pretty safe to say that when this does happen, even PC players who can play Heroes will also have a chance to unlock them this way as well. And honestly, while I do intend to play the entire Nexus challenge anyway and unlock everything, I am so happy for this news that just came out. And the reason why is that in both the original Nexus challenge as well as the Nexus challenge 2.0, I've been seeing the Overwatch player base constantly shitting on Heroes of the Storm. And these are the players that want the rewards for Overwatch, but don't give two shits about anything else in the Nexus challenge, and just bitch and moan constantly about how they don't want to play it to unlock the Overwatch rewards. Now, I understand that not everyone who plays Heroes is going to like it, but from what I've seen across these two events, the Overwatch players have just been flat out rude to anyone who seems to enjoy Heroes, both in Heroes itself as well as in Overwatch. It makes sense why this happens, though. Most of Blizzard's other games share fan bases with each other because of the genres of their games. Because people who play MMOs like WoW, RPGs like Diablo, or RTS games like StarCraft, they're much more likely to be into playing a MOBA than a fan of FPS games such as Overwatch. Because I think the shooter genre, for as popular of a genre as it has become, has kind of always been the outcast of gaming genres. Now, I have no scientific data to back this up, but it seems to me that people who enjoy shooters are more likely to only play shooters than to pick up any other type of game, with maybe the only exception being some sports games like Madden or FIFA. And I'm pretty sure you know the kind of gamer I'm talking about. It's the bro gamer that chugs Monster Energy and wears a tap-out shirt and seems to always be the first one on your team to be racist, sexist, ableist, or homophobic in the most casual and laid-back way possible. Yeah, I'm talking about that kind of guy. Because I feel like Overwatch has attracted quite a few of those gamers. And these aren't people who enjoy Blizzard games or attend BlizzCon or get excited for anything Blizzard. These are people coming over from games like Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, and Battlefield. Overwatch is just the next game they find themselves throwing it out over. And they don't give a rat's ass who made it, and they have no interest in becoming a part of the Blizzard Nation at large. Now, these are the people, at least in my opinion, who throw the biggest fits about having to play Heroes to unlock their Overwatch loot. Because they don't think MOBAs are fun, and they constantly feel the need to complain while they grind for that Oni Genji skin they want. Of course, there are others that complain just as much, but aren't your stereotypical bro gamer, but I think the bros make up a huge percentage of that player base. So, if you're an Overwatch player and you aren't the least bit interested in playing Heroes of the Storm, do the Heroes fans a favor, and just wait. I can't tell you how frustrating it is to see someone from Overwatch, which you can usually tell because of how low level they are, come into a game of mine in Heroes and just constantly be like, this game is shit, I hate this game, I just want Oni Genji, why do I have to play this shitty game to get Oni Genji? Anyone who enjoys this shitty game is a fucking queer. Please, don't be that guy. If Heroes looks fun to you, then by all means, come on down and play the Nexus challenge to unlock your rewards. But if it doesn't look fun to you and you just want your Overwatch stuff and don't care about anything else, just wait for the items to be put into loot boxes. I do think, however, that it was a smart decision by Blizzard to reduce the requirements to get the rewards from 15 games down to just 5. Because even I, someone who enjoyed playing Heroes and enjoyed the Nexus challenge, thought playing 15 games to unlock those rewards was a bit much, considering how most games can go as long as like 20 minutes or more. And I think reducing the necessary number of games to be played has kind of cut back on this toxicity to the Heroes community a bit, but I do know that it's still going on in-game, on the Blizzard forums, in YouTube comments, on Reddit, and pretty much anywhere this discussion comes up, so yeah. Please only play the Nexus challenge if you think you'll enjoy it, or if you're willing to give the game a chance to see if you might enjoy it. If you've already made up your mind, though, that you hate it and don't want to play it, don't make it a chore for yourself and take your frustration out on the Heroes player base, because it just kind of makes you look like an asshole, especially when you can just wait now for the items to come out in the original loot boxes. But that's really all I had to say on the matter, so thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, I'm MisterMercy. Peace, everyone.